But this is the strangest of all. Look, the Jack of Clubs, he's wearing a crest of a snake eating a baby. Hi, I'm Chris, welcome to Playing Games, and today we're going to unbox some playing cards. This video is a continuing look at the Italian regional card decks. Over the course of 16 short videos, I will be opening all of the Italian regional packs, and we'll go over what makes these unique masterpieces tick. Let's go. Today we're going to look at the Milanese Lombardi deck. It was not easy to get all of these decks. I found this one in Rome, and here they are. Shout out to the awesome toy store Pinocchio Toys, Roma, which is just outside the Barberini station. They had the last Milanese deck that I could find in Rome. This is the Milanese Lombardi deck, and it's from the Italian city of Milano, Milan, and the wider Lombardy region. The deck comes in 40 cards, and it's a French-style deck, and it suits our hearts, diamonds, spades, and clovers. The face cards are mirrored, and the Ace of Hearts is the stamped card. The cards are approximately 50 by 90 millimeters tall. This deck is not that popular outside of its region. This was likely first produced in the early 1800s during Napoleon's annexation of Lombardy region and the surrounding areas. Like the other Italian French-suited decks, this one is heavily influenced by the Paris pattern. Unlike the more faithful Piemonte Torino deck's interpretation, which we saw in a previous video, this Milanese deck evolved to label the cards and have some fun with the core cards too. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the French-suited Italian cards, but I'll tell you what I love about these cards. They're bold, easy to read, and yet the court cards have incredible details. The pip cards are numbered, and the court cards are labeled Fonte, Regina, and Re, taking away any guesswork. The French suits of hearts, spades, diamonds, and clovers have a bit of flair and style too. But it's the court cards. These aren't your usual French poker deck jack, queens, and kings, and you might find yourself distracted during gameplay. Look at these flourishes. I'd really like to know the story behind some of these cards. If you're from Milan or you know the stories, let me know in the comments. Since I don't know, I'm going to speculate a bit. Let's start with the diamonds. They're very interesting. We have a king with a bluebird on his shoulder, and the jack has a crest with a green bird here. And there's this queen, she's holding a sealed envelope. And both the queen and the king look concerned. The king of hearts has a very regal cloak, and he's armed and ready for battle. So is the king of clubs. But this is the strangest of all. Look. The Jack of Clubs, he's wearing a crest of a snake eating a baby. What a creep. Look at his face. This dude was a villain for sure. Okay, so it turns out the baby-eating snake is the actual crest of Milano, and the snake is called a bestione, and some claim the snake isn't eating the baby but giving birth to it through its spiky jaws. Sure, Milano, sure. Milano is Italy's second biggest city after Roma, and seriously, a baby-eating snake? That's what you want for your city's emblem? Really? All right, sorry, I've been to Milan or Milano many times. It's for sure Italy's most modern city, and so much finance and industry happens right there. And a baby-eating snake? What are you... I'm sorry, why? Was it because the flayed man was already taken by the House Bolton? How is this just normalized? Look, they put it everywhere. On soccer jerseys, coffee machines, even Alfa Romeo has a baby-eating snake on their logo. Look, I always just thought that was his tongue. I can't unsee this now. I guess we learn something every day, don't we? I just didn't think it would be the proliferation of Milanese Infanta Serpentinacide today. If you can get over that Jack of Clubs, this is an excellent French-suited deck. I highly recommend it, especially if you want to play Italian card games but aren't quite ready for the Spanish-suited cards. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of the French-suited Italian decks, but I would totally play with this deck of cards. It's really great, super interesting, and I do need to know a little bit more about the core cards before I feel comfortable. Information is scant when it comes to regional decks, so if you're from the Lombardy or Milan region, or you know a lot about this deck, or why Milan keeps reprinting that snake, please share what you know in the comments, and I'll do my best to keep that knowledge alive. This is just one of Italy's many regional decks, and you can see all the others right here on Playing Games. Please comment, like, and subscribe to help this channel grow. Also help support the hard work that goes into these by digitally donating. You're great. Thank you. But what's this card?
Subscribe now. And hit like too.